Welcome to today's class of Web Fundamental and Designing BCA 302. My name is Gulbir Singh, Assistant Professor, MMICT and BM deemed to be University, Ambala, Haryana. So today we are going to discuss the basic principle of web designing. So within this we will discuss that how the principles of web designing we can follow to design a website, and which include different laws, principle which we can follow for the complete designing of the website. So let's discuss this in detail, what actually the principle and why they are required. So the effective website designing should fulfill its intended functionality by covering its principal message. It means that we need to design a website to fulfill some functionality, right. So it contains several functions such as consistency, color of the website, imaginary website, simplicity, and all these contribute together for a good website designing. A well designed website can help to build the trust and guide the visitor to take some actions. And actions, what would be? Action would be according to their requirement, what actually they need in the website, all the contents are available or not, and whether the website which we have created fulfill their requirement or not. So for that, here are some listed the basic principle which we can follow to complete to design a complete website. So let's start from the beginning. So first of all is the website purpose. So first we need to clear that what purpose or which purpose we are going to design the website. So the purpose the website creator need to clarify that for which purpose the website is going to be designed. Let's take an example like the website will solve some social problem, like the website is created to solve the garbage or waste production management, right. Or whether it should be for, we can say it should be for online shopping solutions, whether with traveling solutions, right. So the purpose should be clear, and it should be mentioned over the home page of the website that particularly for what purpose the website is designed. The aim and scope should be clear and clearly mentioned on the website. Second one is the simplicity. So it means that we need to create the website in a simple manner, not complex content should be available there, so that our end users or the visitor don't get confused. Third one is the navigation in the website. So what do you mean by navigation? Navigation means how the user or the visitor will navigate to different pages that are contained within a website, like home page, product page, services page, and support, buying and selling, any other page, right. So these navigations should be properly available there. Next one is the visual hierarchy, means what visual hierarchy we are using, whether we are displaying our content in the form of text, whether in the form of images, whether in the form of, we can say, videos and other animated media, right. Next one is the content. So the content should be neat and clear and according to the aim and scope of the website, and the content should be more precise depending on the aim and scope of the website. Second last is the load time. So load time means that the timing in which the entire website is loaded in the website, it should be minimum, so that the end user or the visitor did not have to wait much for the loading of the website. Last one is the mobile friendly. So nowadays we already know that many users now using some Android applications, Android phones, Apple phones. So the website should be compatible in the form of mobile compatibility, we can say other also compatibility like tablet compatibility. So website should be designed in such a way so it support the mobile and other devices compatibility. So now let's discuss these things in detail. So first one is the website purpose. It means that for which purpose or for which specific work we are going to design the website. So website should need to accommodate the need of the user. It means what actually a specific user will need, and to solve those needs this specific website is designed, right. Suppose someone is looking for some other solution and we are providing some different solution. So the need of the user is not fulfilled. So that means, so it means that the website is not useful for those specific users, right? And the need and purpose, or we can say aim and scope, should be clearly mentioned on the website for which specific purpose this website is created. So let's take an example of, we can say, shared traveling, like Ola and Uber. These companies are providing solution for sharing traveling. So what they are actually doing, they have designed a website or app. So by using those website, a user can use the services. So they have mentioned clear whether it would be in the website, whether it would be in the app. So the purpose of that application, that website, is clear, right? Next one is the, what is the purpose of your website? It means that the what actually services you are providing, what are alternative solution you are having for a specific problem, or which specific social problem, or we can say a personal problem you are solving, right? Like nowadays you can see different websites are available for consulting the doctors. So you can consult a doctor by using any website. So the purpose is clearly mentioned. Next one is the describing the expertise. So it means that what expertise you are having, means in which field your website is working, like in medical, healthcare, automobile, traveling, and other all like online shopping, etc. Right? Now next one is the building your reputation. So you already know that nowadays a lot of competition are available in the market. For a specific problem, there are alternative solution. So you need to provide the specific and concise solution for that it can build your reputation in the market, and you can get the maximum visit from the visitor to your website for their solutions, for your products which you are providing, or for the solution you are providing in the website. Next one is the sales and aftercare. So this is the most important, means you have created or you have designed a website, you are selling, providing the services, but after that you need to provide the aftercare service also. Means after you can see in the any other applications which are already available website, like someone have used your website and they are having some problems in the product or the services. So the problems can be resolved, like customer service are there, feedback system are there. So we need to implement these solutions also, so that aftercare solution with this problem can be solved. So next one is the simplicity. So it means that how simple is your website, it is become more popular. So removing the complex things, complex details from the website, so that user does not get confused regarding the services you are providing. So don't use complex thing, design the website in the simple form, right, or maintain the simplicity. So simplicity is the best way to go when considering user experience. So simplicity can also increase the user experience of your website. The user can understand the services, the aim and scope, and the after sale service also. So these things should be clear. So below the given here 3 points are given here. So through these 3 things points we can provide the simplicity to the website, like color. So the website must contain a uniform color and hierarchy through the entire pages. By using different tabs, the user can navigate to each and every page. Second one is the type. So the type of content. Suppose in home page we are given text, and the other page we are given images, videos. So the type of the content should be uniform, right? So the uniform content should be available in the entire pages of the website. Next one is the imagery. So means whether using the text, so we can go for using images for description, using videos for description, because videos, images make a major impact rather than the text, right? So we will use different animation tools, animated videos, or we can say live videos, or we can say the images for describing our websites. Next one is the navigation in the website. So what is navigation and why it is required? So navigation means to moving from one page to another, or to move under the website. like website contain navigation bars. Navigation bar may contain the different tabs. A different tab consists of different pages. Let's take an example of a navigation tab which consists of home page, about us page, we can say services, products, and then the contact us page, and then the after sales services. So these navigation are used to describe the different pages, so that user click on this navigation and can relocate to different pages which contain different information. So navigation is the way for finding system used for on website where visitor interact and find what they are actually looking for. So it is clear that we cannot put the entire content on a single page, right? So we need to differentiate the different content on the different pages according to the page names. Like home page will contain the information regarding the purpose, aim and scope of the website, what actually the purpose, what actually the need of this website, and what problem the website is solving, right? Next one is the about us. So about us consists of the entire history, actually when that website is invented or designed, who are the owners, right? All this information of the website is given in about us page. Next one is the, we can say, the product and services page, mean what services we are providing, what products or what other different solution we are having for our visitors and the user, right? So these are contained in another page. And next one is the contact us. Suppose any user want to contact the website owner or the support team of that website, so we need to design a contact us page, so that user can contact, call or email or chat with the website support team, right? So for that, navigation is the key to retaining visitor. It means that by using navigation we can retain the user, means how many pages we are having in a website, so user can visit them and they can give more time while exploring our website. So navigation provider gives a major role, play a major role in that, right? If the navigation, suppose let's take an example, if the navigation is confusing, right? So what will happen? So it will impact badly on the user. So user also get confused that they want some different pages, they want, suppose page name is different and content is different, navigation is quite complex or confusing, so that it will in fact it will basically impact on the user in negative way, and as a result of which the user can relocate or move to the other website which providing the same solutions, right? So keep in mind that navigation should not be confusing, it would be quite neat and clear. Next one is the keeping navigation simple, intensive and consistent on every page, right? So it means that we need to design the page as a key. So what it may key is specific, for a specific purpose we are having specific pages, like for product and services we are having product page, like for support and other after sales service we are having support page, and like in details page we are having about us and information page, right? So these things should be defined in a specific pages, and pages are act like a keys. Next one is the virtual hierarchy. So the website must follow the virtual hierarchy. So what is virtual hierarchy? Virtual hierarchy is the arrangement of the element in order of their importance. So the most important element should be placed in the top, and in the below sequence the less important elements should be listed. So in virtual hierarchy this is done either by size, by color, by we can say by requirement, or by the styles. So by following these key aspects we need to do the virtual hierarchy of our elements of the content which are available on our website. So one of the most important functions of virtual hierarchy is to establish focal point. The focal point is the main, or we can say consistent point, whether the user or the end user need to focus, right? So next one is the regarding the content. So what content we need to provide on the website, whether they are useful or not, this we need to focus on, right? So an effective website design has both great design and great content. So we can say for a good website, so the good website contain two things: the great design. Design is regarding the look and the how the user feels while visiting your website. Second one is the content. So content should be, we can say, consistent and should be appropriate what the services and the solution the website is providing, right. Next one is the using compelling language, right, and great content can abstract and influence visitor. So content should be more effective, more influencing, that user can visit your website again and again, right. So content play a major role, so that by reading and watching your content, the user can attract to your website for their problems or for the solution you are providing. Next one is the loading time. So what is loading time? The time at which and the time duration through which the entire website is loaded in your web browser. So it means that if the website taking so much time, so it will provide a bad impact on the user. So they actually, what will happening, the user does not want to wait for the loading of the website. So they need quick response from the website. So waiting for a website to load will lose the visitor. Suppose your website will taking a lot of time in loading, so the website will move from your so the user will move from your website to another website. So keep in mind that we need to provide minimum loading time or minimum response time to the users or to the visitors. Nearly half of the web visitor expect a site to load within 2 seconds or less than that. So we need to keep in mind that for loading a page, for loading a website, it will take a minimum of 2 to 5 seconds, right, and it will potentially leave a site that does not loading within 3 to 5 seconds. It means that when the website is loading time is more than 5 to 10 seconds, then it will put a bad impact on the visitor. So they will basically leave the website and move to the another website, right. Optimizing the image size, optimizing the content size, optimizing the video size will help the website owner or the developer to reduce the loading time of that website. So these are the key aspects on which a designer need to focus to reduce the loading time. Suppose we are having a lots of video, right. Suppose our website is providing, we can say, video gallery. So videos are there, suppose thousands and millions of video. So suppose the loading time of videos are higher than the, we can say, images and the text form. So we need to compress those video and put them available on the website, so that the loading time will become minimum, right. So these are the references which I have used for the content creation of this website. Thanks for joining this lecture.